Colombia, Jamaica. Colombia wins 1-0 off of an incredible goal from Usme, and it just where a ball,
The
a
turn,
switch,
bro. The first touch.
the first touch. This is tried and true. This is what coaches tell you. This is where they say your first touch should put you in. They say positive space. Say positive move. Like, so she took the touch and she didn't even she let the ball kind of die at her leg and just perfectly put the ball in a position where the defender wouldn't have been able. The ball went over her head and didn't know where to turn over her left shoulder or her right shoulder, and was lost. It was like such a perfect touch where the goalkeeper and the center back were like, or the fullback, I don't know who it was exactly, was like, yo, okay, what is happening? Is this happening too fast?
Yeah. Yo, what weird remote control do you have that allowed the ball to finish here? It was absolutely that moment in particular is one that I would love every dude in our mention who's like, this isn't real football. How many attempts would it take for any of those dudes to do this? This
Yeah.
was one of the most top level first touches I've seen in such a long time, because it's as if her foot was a number 10 and passed her the perfectly weighted ball for her to score.
Okay, whoa.
Put a jersey on the lady's foot is what I'm saying.
Nice little custom little shirt on there.
Yeah, who's
really
the
cute.
captain? It's the pinky toe. Got the armband, bro.
No, it was really, really impressive. Catalina Usme, and then the who was the pass
Who's
from?
also 19, 18. Guzman is 19 or 18 who passed to the ball.
Yeah.
I mean, this is literal children playing at the highest level.
I wanna-
Linda Caicedo is also 18, 19 years old.
Yeah.
This is incredible. The future of Colombia's national team, I think if they go one more round, if they beat France, they go further than any man or men's or women's team in Colombia's history have gotten in an international tournament.
Yeah, and I think they play England next, and I it's not crazy, especially after the way England played Nigeria. I also know Lauren James.
Bro, you can't go surfing on some player's back. No. You're
No.
out at least this next game.
So I think what's impressive about Colombia is I think they have a very well-balanced team. Probably one of the most well-balanced teams. They're not scoring a whole bunch, kind of like Japan.
Agree.
I think Japan is probably the most well-balanced team.
You know what? I wouldn't have agreed with you until I saw the game against Norway where they had possession and they still look good.
Yeah.
They're not just a countering team. They're a really well-balanced team.
Right, but Colombia, I think my favorite thing so far about them, I just think they're so good defensively. They really like get stuck in. They really like focus on, they were trying to stop Bunny Shaw, and that was really difficult. But they have players that like will, smart fouls, know when to be a little, like foot off the brake and foot off the gas or vice versa. And all credit to Jamaica. I mean, Jamaica has had a one
Great tournament. Yeah, great tournament.
They just couldn't find a goal here. They got close. They hit the post.
Bunny Shaw skied it, I believe, twice.
Yeah, but also Bunny, like really getting to see Bunny Shaw at this level, you're just like, yo, she's a beast. She's gonna crush.
Yeah.
Like even in Women's Super League and in future World Cups, they're just like she is just a player legit, kind of unstoppable. Like even the Colombian players were just like, we can't get a body on her. She intentionally, like, if a defender's getting too close, just knows exactly where to place position her body and bump the defender off and then create that space to run. So I thought she was great overall. And Jamaica as well. This was the first goal, the only goal Jamaica gave up in the entire tournament. But look at how spectacular what it took.
It had to be. Yeah, it had to be worldy. Yeah.
Yeah. So
the Swaby sisters also in defense for Jamaica were incredible.
Yeah. Look, I think this is I think you saw both of the coaches for Colombia and Jamaica, like really they shook hands. They were speaking to each other, but there was a lot of respect. I couldn't read the Jamaican coach's lips, but it seemed like he was saying like best of luck, like keep doing this, like you guys are really special, something along. He was just giving a lot of praise because this is as cool the Jamaica story is, this Colombia story I think is probably even more unexpected to some degree. I don't exactly know. I don't want to necessarily
They're now
compare.
the feel good story of the tournament. I
Yeah,
think.
it's just we had our homie Melissa Ortiz. She was these were her this was her post game.
Very real tears.
Very real tears. I mean,
Also, shouts to the hairstylist, bro. She's killing it.
they're crushing it. All right.
All right, Melissa Ortiz with the straightener, bro.
I'll play a couple seconds of it, but it is quite emotional.
Tell us the importance of all this.
Really trying not to cry right now. So big. I'm like literally just watching this, and it's literally history in the making.
It's really meaningful, and again, I'm sure you brought it up. I'm sure you mentioned it before, but for someone who didn't get a chance to play in the World Cup and wanted to help make a difference with this squad, to see this squad, especially such young talent, getting to push this nation so far and really get the nation behind this women's team, believing, it must be such a beautiful thing. That you could tell that emotion was just like there's no like the body isn't choosing to have that emotion. It just must be pouring out of her.
Yeah, the part I played was her saying this is history, and obviously it goes on a little bit further. But this is I really she mentioned it on yesterday's episode. You should go check that out if you haven't heard my interview with her. But
great interview.
She really had she was on the forefront in like kind of fighting the federation with all the issues with pay, with friendlies, with accommodations, resources. Like they really were not great for the Colombian women's national team, and she was on the kind of forefront and really fighting against the federation to fix a lot of these problems. And so I can imagine the level of emotion that she's going through, because it's a and we spoke about it a little bit, but it is a balance of, having frustrations with the federation, but also kind of being proud of the players on the pitch and knowing like that her work helped get those players to that moment, right? Because you have to, and it's an all too common story of just like fighting these federations and all this other stuff. But it's hopefully these things that help get to, get the game to a point where it's, the women don't have to deal with this, the men don't have to deal with this, stuff like that. But no, so very, very significant, huge for Colombia. I'm excited to see this game against England. I think they could shock the world.